Hey, it's Chris Beyer.
Chris Bolin.
Brad Johnson here.
Happy Bottom Line Thursday. We
Yes.
have a momentous anniversary to celebrate. Has nothing to do with the three of us, but it kind of does.
Yeah, maybe.
That's true. It kind of affects us. Yeah. So I promise this time around it'd be less of a boring topic. Well, it still might be kind of boring. It is what it is. But so a big birthday. Happy birthday, 50 years old to ERISA.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, Employee Retirement Income Security Act turned 50.
Wow.
And I joked, I don't know where to mail the birthday card, so you're off the hook if you forgot. And I know no one does birthday cards anymore, and you just text happy birthday. I don't know where to text that either. So I don't know what you do.
But, 50 years. Wow.
50. And yeah, you think about that. I know ERISA governs a lot of things, but a lot of times when I think of ERISA in our world, it's self-funded health plans.
Yes.
And it didn't give birth to self-funded plans, but it made them a lot easier to adopt. You know, you think about, because ERISA just said, if you're a larger employer, you no longer have to worry about what each state is doing for their mandates. You can have a national standard, simplistic standard. As long as it's okay at the federal level, you're good.
Yes.
You know, probably brought down admin costs, consistency. You know, and since then, you know, this article that I put in the newsletter, I think it showed like 74% of large employers now self-fund, which actually struck me as low. And they defined large as 500 or more.
Okay.
Actually, in our market, I'd probably say it's closer to 90%.
Right.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah. So anyhow, the birthday that gave birth to all these self-funded plans.
Well, you bring up an interesting point. I mean, as we're on the border states, as we see behind you, Brad, Illinois is probably the most progressive in adopting state insurance mandates. Wisconsin probably behind, and then Iowa in third place. But we get so many questions from our clients. How is this going to impact us when the state of Illinois says this has to be covered on July 1st or January 1st? It doesn't apply to a self-funded plan. And I think that's good and bad, because there's some of those provisions that employers may want to cover. But most of the time it ends up just costing more, even if it's with a good intent. And I think that is a nice safeguard of ERISA in the midst of everything else that it does, is let the employer decide how they want to cover something, because the federal mandate or federal rule is going to trump a state mandate.
Yeah, agree.
Yep. Yeah, and you might recall that, you know, recently in the state of Illinois, and you're spot on with the assessment on kind of those states, Illinois is banning step therapy on pharmacy. Yes. We talked about that before. And so, you know, that could be a problem for a self-funded plan. Now, now I'd argue state mandates might put an indirect pressure on a plan. You know, I had some self-funded employers in Illinois that said, oh, wow, what do I have to do now? Technically nothing, but is it kind of a harbinger of something else? If it really caught on, but some of those things just are so state specific. I'm thankful that we don't have to follow all those.
Chris, when does Illinois adopt? Is it January 1st that now?
January 1st. Yeah, fully insured. No more step.
No more
step therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they can go right to the GLP-1. They're not forced.
Correct.
Diabetics can go right to the GLP-1. They don't have to, you know, go through several steps. But but when they came out and said now weight loss drugs have to be covered, that is a game changer. I mean, it's going to haunt our renewals next year.
Yeah. I know. And I think that, you know, as we're seeing more of our clients look to self-funded, it's not just to get out of these mandates, but it is something to consider that, you know, you have more flexibility to build the plan and, you know, be as creative as you want, where fully insured, you've just got to follow what the rules say from each state.
Interesting. Yeah. We're looking at a very large employer that we may or may not have an opportunity to be involved with, and their top two drugs, which totaled, what was it, Chris? Almost $4 million in spend, was GLP-1 and weight loss. That was the top two drugs. Yes. More expensive than anything else. I mean, before it was Humira. Now Humira is way down there. But over $4 million in just the top two drugs. It's crazy. That's real money.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah. And that's all you can say to that. But I think, you know, the key is so interesting. ERISA preemption is the thing you'll hear a lot of times when states pass this stuff. it's held strong. Like, different things have come up. People have sued self-funded plans. They've claimed ERISA preemption, and almost always it protects
it's worked out. Yeah.
So let's hope that continues for the next 50
Yes.
years. Now, Bowling, that kind of make a humorous thought, you'd mentioned GLP-1s because we have to weave it in somehow in all these
Always.
still in our renewals. But you think about a birthday cake for ERISA, that probably would trigger someone to maybe have to need one. So maybe we shouldn't. The friendly text over a birthday cake is
No, no more birthday cake.
Yeah.
No more birthday
Probably
cake.
just a
GLP-1
text.
usage.
Or here's your birthday cake and here's your GLP-1 shot right afterwards.
That's true. You can bake it in the cake.
Well, I had to make an
Right,
appearance.
that's all I got today, guys.
Well done.
All right. Thank you, Brad.
Thanks,
All right.
TV. We'll see you guys.
Definitely saved us all. Thanks, guys. We'll see you.
Bye.